the ocean hides many monsters. But one of them didn't just hide. It ruled from the shadows, not through size, not through brute force, but through silence so complete that most creatures never realized it was there at all. Long before the oceans felt familiar, before reefs became safe havens and open water offered escape, something moved beneath the surface without leaving a trace. No ripples, no sudden bursts of motion, just absence. And then, moments later, absence turned into death. Here is the brutal question scientists still struggle to answer. How does a predator dominate an entire ocean without ever being seen? What they eventually uncovered would challenge everything we thought we understood about marine hunting. The ancient ocean at dawn felt deceptively calm. Light filtered down in long, fading columns, growing weaker with every meter. Above, the surface glittered with gentle waves. Below, the world darkened quickly. Shapes lost detail. Colors vanished. Sound became muffled. Distance became meaningless. This is where most predators lose their advantage, but not this one. Suspended in that water, schools of fish drifted nearby, moving in slow, synchronized patterns. Larger hunters passed at a distance, alert but not afraid. There was no sign of danger, no vibration, no warning, and yet something was already there, not approaching, not chasing, waiting. This predator did not hunt the way others did. It didn't rely on sudden speed or dramatic attacks. It relied on something far more effective. Invisibility through behavior. Its body blended with darkness. Long, feeding tentacles drifted almost motionless, sensitive enough to detect the faintest movement in the water. Even when it shifted position, it did so in a way that produced almost no pressure change. To its prey, the ocean felt empty, and that emptiness was the trap. When it finally struck, the water barely moved. A sudden extension of tentacles, a tightening grip, and the prey vanished into the dark before anything nearby could react. When paleontologists first uncovered its fossils, nothing about the remains looked extreme. No oversized jaws, no massive teeth, no exaggerated armor. At first glance, it seemed almost ordinary compared to the giants we associate with ancient seas. But then they noticed the proportions. The body was elongated and streamlined, reducing drag through water. The eye structures suggested forward precision rather than wide awareness. Instead of crushing teeth, rows of hooked suckers hinted at a grip designed not for chaos, but for silent capture. The more scientists reconstructed its form, the clearer the pattern became. Every feature reduced noise, every movement conserved energy. Even its musculature suggested controlled motion rather than explosive force. It wasn't trying to overpower the ocean. It was trying to vanish inside it. Most marine animals survive by sensing danger early. Pressure changes, water displacement, faint vibrations. These cues allow prey to flee before a predator gets close. But this hunter erased those cues. Fish didn't scatter. Even larger hunters didn't turn away. Nothing reacted. By the time something realized it was in danger, the danger was already behind it. From the outside, it looked like nothing happened. No torn flesh, no violent thrashing, just a body drifting downward, lifeless. This predator didn't need to tear its prey apart. It neutralized it. As night fell over the ancient ocean, darkness became absolute. Bioluminescent flickers pulsed the distance. To most creatures, darkness was protection. To this predator, darkness was control. So why did it disappear? Because stealth has a weakness. It depends on balance. And once a predator built on invisibility is noticed, its advantage collapses. Gradually, this shadow ruler lost control. Not through sudden disaster, not through violent extinction, but through exposure, still dangerous, still vast, but no longer silent in the same way. Movements returned, food chains stabilized, the shadow faded. All that remained was scattered traces, quiet proof that an entire ocean was once controlled by something most creatures never even knew existed. And today, we know this shadow hunter by a name few have ever heard, Tusoteuthis, a giant prehistoric squid whose elongated body and silent tentacles made it one of the most elusive predators of the ancient ocean. It did not chase, it did not roar, it waited. And for millions of years, that was enough to rule the deep. If this silent ruler of the ancient ocean changed how you think about predators, hit like, share this with someone who loves prehistoric mysteries, and subscribe for more stories from Earth's forgotten worlds. Because next, we're uncovering a creature that didn't rely on darkness at all. A hunter that killed without ever being seen, or even touching its prey.